Season's greetings, programs, and welcome to day 3 of Trashmas. Though, arguably, day 2 wasn't that bad. Because again, those were fully usable, not Legos. Actually, some decent quality to them. But today we're actually looking at official Transformers merch licensed by Hasbro from the Dollar Tree. And to anyone who's in any of the Facebook groups on, the Transformers Facebook groups, you're going to recognize this package. These are the figural bag clips, which, funny enough, it's still Greenbrier. So Greenbrier actually somehow got to do official something. Here you can see the photoshopped, artwork versions of all 4 characters. I could not find Bumblebee, and I could not find Soundwave. These things, were just immediately gone. So, but I do have Optimus and Megatron here. So, let's see. We'll look at Optimus first, actually. And Optimus is fantastic. For $1 to get this little bag clip figurine, this is some good stuff. So, you can see quite a bit of molded detail. Few spots where the paint didn't go on that great. But, they got the windshield wipers in there. He's got his little downward triangles on his arms. The eyes are blue. Lighting is a problem, but you can kind of see, sort of, they got the blue in the eyes. They did a good job. They even have, the little bits of kibble that you'd get, if it was a real Transformer. So, yeah, Optimus is actually pretty good. I'm thinking about removing this and, turning him into a little ornament. I'm not sure. He does stand even. And then we've got Megatron, who, again, looks pretty good. He's even got, the red inner legs there, like he truly did back in the day. Massive fusion cannon. Now there's these 2 holes back here. It looks like that's where the his shoulder cannon would be. The barrel of the pistol. But that apparently is not a thing. That or somehow mine just did not have it. Either way. He's a little long in the face. Not perfectly molded. Pardon the stuff on my finger. I don't even know what that is, but it's been it's all over the table after messing with those Legos. But yeah, again, not bad. So there's these guys. They've been showing up a lot. Again, quite a bit of reaction to them online in the community and stuff that I've seen. But then, and I did forget to check, unfortunately. I was too excited about these guys, and I wasn't thinking about doing this video when I got them. But in little foil bags, they also had these tiny little figurines. And these I do thankfully have all of them. They actually did 6 characters here instead of just 4. So, we'll start with little itty-bitty Optimus. They still got all the details, the downward triangles. You can see where they've molded the windshield wipers. They do look a little more obvious in person. They got the blue for the eyes in there, little Autobot symbol on his shoulder. They painted the wheels out the back of his legs. He's tiny and he's pretty good. He doesn't stand well, at least mine doesn't. Though I'm sure if I just dunked him in some hot water to straighten his legs out a bit, he would. But, that's neither here nor there. Doesn't change the fact he's great. Megatron is awesome. A little bit better head. They all have kind of these just static hands, which are a little weird, but it's whatever. They're tiny and they're awesome. Fairly well painted. He's actually got his blaster, barrel of the pistol on his shoulder. He doesn't have the red inside of the legs, but who cares? He does have, like the little belly lights and everything or whatever. And then we also have Bumblebee. And Bumblebee is probably the best of them. Just in terms of, like, detail and how well everything turned out. This is insanely spot on. So, even got his little, they got his little blue eyes in there. Again, they've got the paint that you need on these. As you can, he shows, the usual not quite straightness from something that's in those bags and, warps a little bit. Again, I'm sure hot water, straighten it out, no big deal. He looks awesome. And then, probably the best, I would say the best of them, we have, and side note, I just looked on the other side of this guy. Yes, these are also made by Greenbrier. So, yay! Everything in these videos was from Greenbrier. But we have G1 Grimlock. Little G1 Grimlock in his way too upright T-Rex mode. He is adorable. He's got his blue eyes. Him Grimlock, him King. I'm sorry. I love this guy. He is so good. Just, detail everywhere. Good paint. He's awesome. He's tiny, and he's awesome. And then for the double hit of my two favorite characters, we have Soundwave and Starscream. So, Soundwave is awesome. It's a little hard to see, but he does have, his little, they went with the cartoon red eyes, not the, toy yellow ones, but, and, for some reason, his blaster's on the left shoulder, not the right one, like you, are kind of used to, but it did match the artwork on the bag he was in, so I don't know. Again, he's probably the worst in terms of the ones I need to dunk in hot water to straighten out a little. But he looks great. He's even got, like, the little battery compartment backpack the actual G1 toy had. So yeah, tiny Soundwave, very, very superior. And last but not least, we have Starscream, who has a bent null ray. Again, hot water. I keep saying it. Hot water. It fixes these things. But, again, pretty well done. His head is, he probably has the weakest of the faces. But at this size, I'm not too sure I'm going to complain about that. They got, everything else on him so good here. I wish he had the little black bands going across, on the cockpit there. I could add that if I want, drop some red paint in his, chest blasters. But yeah, these guys are absolutely insanely awesome, and they're so tiny. Keep my finger back there to hold up Optimus. And just for size, since these guys don't seem to be as common, I really lucked out and actually found them like just as they were being put on the shelf. But just so you can see a bit of size comparison, here's, you know, the Megatrons together. Of course, now you don't want to stand. And here's the Optimi together. So, you know, these little guys are about, say, half size. But these things are awesome. So, if you haven't, check your Dollar Trees. Look for their weird little red Toyland boxes that are not in the toy section, and you might find these things. And you want to find these. They're awesome. So, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have a good Christmas, whatever it is you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas. I'll wish you the one I celebrate. But have a good whatever, and I will see you guys next time.